last two games, so there's a heavy responsibility for the front three of John Cahoon, John Robertson and Scott Crabb, although they do have Gary Mackay restored to fitness to prompt them from midfield. And at the back they have World Cup defender Dave McPherson alongside Craig Levein to form a top-class central defensive partnership. He's a major investment who's paid off handsomely for the club. And Eamon Bannon was in 4 cup final squads in the 1980s with Dundee United without gaining a winner's medal, and at 31 he'll be determined to make the most of this season's opportunity. Motherwell have lost Davy Cooper and Chris McCart through injury and Dougie Arnott through suspension, and these are savage blows, forcing Tommy McLean to juggle his playing resources, bringing in John Phillippen, John Geoghegan and the former Airdrie striker Dave McCabe. So there's even more responsibility on the shoulders of their young skipper Tom Boyd, who's growing rapidly in stature to the fringe of senior international recognition to add to his under-21 caps. The principal goal threat will come from Nick Cusack. Despite being ordered off twice in his first season in the Premier League, he scored a dozen goals and attracted the attention of the Republic of Ireland manager Jackie Charlton, who's here this afternoon to watch him, having identified the possibility he may qualify for his squad. So the referee this afternoon, Mr. Jim McCluskey from Stewarton, one of our top FIFA officials. And it's hard to start the match on a very heavy playing surface indeed. The steady downpour in Edinburgh this morning making the match in some doubt earlier on, but a lot of hard work by the ground staff resulting in the match being able to start, although the rain is still falling and there may be some tough decisions for the referee to take before the end. So the fourth contest between these two clubs this season. Hearts winning the first 3, scoring 9 goals, losing only 1. Here's a chance for John Robertson, who's offside. Well, there's the linesman's flag, which is up as soon as the pass was released here by Dave McCreery. Good play though this from Hearts. McCreery driving forward, playing the ball into the path of John Robertson. The flag was up, although that was still very good finishing. But a lot of doubt in Edinburgh about whether or not this game would start, and these fans now realising the game is on, arriving late. Motherwell coming forward again. There's a great chance for Russell for Motherwell. Brilliantly saved by Smith. Henry Smith earning his corn in style for Hearts. He enjoyed that all right. Russell was through the Hearts defence. He hit this firmly enough to the keeper's right, and that is excellent goalkeeping. But still encouragement there for Motherwell early on. They've had a very tough time against Hearts so far in the league. But they started this game impressively. Here's Geoghegan. McCabe going to the left. Motherwell hoping to utilise his amazing pace up front. Tackle made by McPherson. There's Crabb. Good running by Robertson. He's been followed across by Phillippen. Hearts getting men into the box now for Robertson. Tom Boyd wins it back. Such a powerful player at the back for Motherwell, the skipper, Tom Boyd. Wanting to go all the way himself there, and the free kick's been given. A body check by Levein. The linesman's flag on the far side was up against Nick Cusack, I reckon, but the referee was quite content to allow Boyd to continue the run. So a gentle word for Craig Levein, and a free kick to Motherwell. There's Russell. Touched on by Kirk, but no one there to take advantage. Phillippen again. There's McCabe, beaten by Levein. Mackay takes over. McPherson looking up, seeing everyone in the midfield tightly marked, turns it back to Smith. Phillippen again, reaching that first. O'Neill with a pass back, he's given that to Crabb. Here's Robertson. Deadly finishing by Robertson. 8 minutes of the first half gone. A dreadful error here by Colin O'Neill, and Robertson puts Hearts ahead. Here's Colin O'Neill now, trying a long pass back, didn't catch the ball properly. Crabb did brilliantly with that back heeler, and so too did Robertson with the finish. The John Robertson collects his 15th goal of the season and brings to an end a promising little spell from Motherwell. Cusack leading into Bannon, breaks back to Burley. Gagan going up with Kidd, and that's a goal kick to Hearts. So in the director's box, Jack Charlton on the left, Kenny Dalglish on the right, believed to be here watching Craig Levine in particular. Alec MacDonald in the dugout, still looking anxious. Here's Crabb. Now Bannon. And he set himself for the cross. And once again it goes behind. No real problem for the goalkeeper. The Motherwell management team, Tom Forsyth on the left, Tommy McLean on the right, ignoring the heavy downpour of rain. Cusack did well, so did Gagan. McKinley's clearance. Cahoon getting away from Philibin. That's one for Robertson to chase on the right. He's onside. Hearts getting players forward now. Mackay goes on the outside. And George Burley was there to head that on. Crabb turns it back inside. Oh, a dangerous ball right across the 6-yard box from Scott Crabb. That just needed a touch. Robertson looking for Crabb. Burley heads it on. And Crabb then doing well to get that cross over in front of Alistair Maxwell. Robertson controlling that for McCreary. The interception was made by Philibin. Here's Russell looking for Gagan. McCreary pressurised all the way by Russell. Kidd reacting to a call there to hold the ball. He did very well indeed. Here's Cahoon. Inside is Mackay. Bannon through the middle. Crabb on the left. A chance now for Hearts. Well, that's not a bad effort from Scott Crabb. Very difficult to do that this afternoon. He was trying to flight the ball beyond Alistair Maxwell, but it was a good flowing move this from Hearts. So the run from Bannon created that chance for Crabb, and the lob goes wide. Young fans seeing the ball from a dry, warm position. McPherson going across, playing it against Cusack. Here's McCabe, who was offside. Free kick will require to be taken again. Dave McCabe very anxious to make an impression on the proceedings. He's been troubled greatly by injury during his time at Fir Park. Boyd wins it. Russell's instant control again. Barley to Kirk. Motherwell always providing width whenever they have possession. They have two men wide. O'Neill is through the middle. Good play by O'Neill. There's Gagan. Difficult one to take on the run by Gagan. But superb driving play from midfield once again from Colin O'Neill. The ball played forward. O'Neill going for that. Got in behind Dave McCreary. Pulling the ball back into the path of Gagan, who couldn't control the shot. Not quite what Kidd intended, but it ran kindly for Hearts. Cusack, very determined. Philibin playing it into space there. Crabb wins it for Hearts. Chance for the second. Back with Mackay. Another lapse in concentration in defence from Motherwell. Philibin played that into a gap which was filled only by Scott Crabb. He looked up, saw the support inside, turned it back to Mackay. He tried to angle it into the top corner. Came off the head of Bannon. McCabe going up with Levine. Here's Gagan. Well tackled by Kidd. Kirk looking for Russell, has gone to the left. Russell trying to find space away from Mackay. Here's Boyd. Russell. McCabe. Gagan. Breaks for Russell. Well, Russell a little bit ambitious there, trying to find a way through that ruck of players. His Hearts on the break with Cahun. Running at Philibin. Philibin is down. It's a great chance now for Hearts. Cahun going all the way himself. It's a wonderful solo goal from John Cahun. 34 minutes into the match, 2-0 to Hearts. There was Levine. Cahun collecting the ball inside his own half, running at one of his best friends in football, John Philibin. Philibin stumbles there, sets up the chance for Cahun to go in. Just look at his coolness under pressure. It's away from Maxwell, and he strokes it into the empty net. Oh, what a wonderful goal from John Cahun, his 8th of the season. Lofting it forward, and an offside flag is up. It's against Scott Crabb. Hearts fans and players not too happy about that. Philibin pumping the free kick forward. It's won by McPherson. Straight back to Burley. Cusack. John Robertson collects for Hearts. Links with Cahun. Now Crabb. Hearts looking good when they come forward. Good running by McKinley. Cahun controlling it again. Back to McCreary. That appeared to take a deflection. It could have been very treacherous there, but Alistair Maxwell. Dave McCreary looking for his first goal for Hearts. The move built up on the left with McKinley sending it across. Another stumble inside the box by the Motherwell defender, allowing Cahun to lay it back here for McCreary. It did come off Patterson, but Maxwell was behind it. There's Eamon Bannon. Rob sends it in. Here's Cahun. Robertson! Sweetly struck by Robertson, and that surely ties it up now for Hearts, leading by 3 goals to 0. Well, this fine play, Bannon to Crabb. Now just look at the way Cahun holds things up in the box. Waits for Robertson to make the position. That's drilled beyond Alistair Maxwell. Oh, what a fine piece of play again from Hearts and from John Robertson in particular. There's Steve Cook. Now Robertson back defending, making a good tackle. These nimble Hearts frontmen coping much better with the conditions of the big Motherwell defenders. Another example, Crabb going down there, caught late by Philibin. Well, this again had something to do with the conditions. As the pass is played in here by Kidd, Philibin stumbled the first time. That's what put him out of range for that reckless tackle. So the first booking of the match for John Philibin. And, well, a match which generated 17 bookings and 4 orderings off in 3 previous games presents the first booking. And look at the heavy downpour now, and this indeed could be Hearts' biggest problem. If the rain continues like that, it may not be possible to finish the match. Here's Walter Kidd. Now Cahun. The ball is out this time. Motherwell this time have the throw. And I'm sure once again Tommy McLean, the Motherwell manager, will be wondering just how his team has contributed so much to this match to yet finds itself 3 goals behind. That certainly would have featured the earlier performance as far as the Motherwell manager was concerned, and once again rubbing on the cards, and yet there's been some good play from his team. The referee checking his watch and brings to an end first half as the Hearts fans enjoyed. Second half, they're 3 goals behind, they're playing against the wind. And Hearts have a fresh man on in midfield. Neil Berry has replaced Dave McCreary, who was injured in the first half. Let's see the distance Henry Smith can get now, wind assisted. A little bit underneath that rather, there's Craig Patterson. Berry getting up well. Crab's header finds, well, didn't find Mackay, but intended to find him. And Motherwell also have brought on a new man. It's Gordon Mayer wearing number 12, who's replaced Dave McCabe. Hearts taking all the time in the world now. Really feel they've done enough. Well, the fans are indicating their dissatisfaction with that kind of play. There's Burley. Cusack holding it up, looking for Gagan. Good play again from Hearts. Bannon wins it for Crab. There goes O'Neill. Bannon going away, still on his feet. Looking up. And headed away by Boyd. Well, Bannon, to his credit, would have had a free kick had he gone down, I'm sure of that, but he chose to continue the run. Cusack attempting the layoff, made it the second time to Gagan, and Mayer knew he was offside. The header inside from Philibin. Crab tackled there by O'Neill. There was Bannon, could have gone down and continued towards the byline, looking up all the time, trying to find a Hearts player in the middle. He found Boyd. There's Kirk. Appears to have recovered from that ankle injury. Now Russell. Cusack into the path of O'Neill. Well, he was forced to turn back. Burley calls for the ball. Inside is Russell. There's Kirk. Hearts have all funneled back now to defend. And good clearing out there by Cahoon. Back with Kirk. Cusack controls it, he's onside. Best chance of the match so far for Motherwell. It fell to Nick Cusack, and he'll be upset he couldn't make this count. Controlled it at his chest, he was onside, set himself to the shot, and Henry Smith saved with his left foot. Patterson heading it on, and Bannon finding Crab. That's a throw which will go to Hearts. George Burley going for it, hopefully. Here's Robertson. There's Crab inside. He also has Cahoon. There's Crab. Oh, that's excellent finishing once again from Hearts and from Scott Crab in particular. Well, Hearts have been coasting throughout this second period. There was Robertson with Crab, getting away from Philibin and Patterson. When it came inside, Crab set himself for the shot, playing it well wide of Maxwell, and Crab collects his 16th goal of the season. First underneath that, there's O'Neill. Now Burley. Levine nodding it down for McKinley. He's in trouble. Gagan to Kirk. Here's Gagan again. Steve Kirk playing it in low, and Mayer with a snapshot. Well, Gordon Mayer has certainly helped up front for Motherwell in the second half. Carelessness there by McKinley. Lost to Gagan. Exchanging passes there with Steve Kirk. And Gordon Mayer on his weaker foot, the right, when he tried this shot, on goal. So a second change being made by Hearts. Warm applause for Scott Crab as he leaves the field to be replaced by Wayne Foster. So straight replacement, striker for striker. Levine playing into a gap there, filled only by Patterson. Here's Robertson. held by Patterson. No question about that being a foul. The referee will have a word with Craig Patterson. Well, so difficult for these tall defenders against small forwards like John Robertson, sprinting away there, held clearly by Craig Patterson. No question about that being a foul. And here's Foster, the chance for the fifth. Down goes Alistair Maxwell. Well, a fine rescue performance there by the Motherwell keeper. Foster disappointed he couldn't get his name on the score sheet. Tried to go past the keeper, then John Robertson tried to make something of that, looking for his hat-trick. Well, the final whistle looming now after this extremely impressive performance from Hearts. They're through the quarter-finals very safely indeed. And there goes the final whistle. Well, a performance on this surface which the big crowd was scarcely entitled to expect. There's the scene at Tynecastle, but Hearts go through in style. These three first-half goals, two from John Robertson, one from John Cahoon, with the extra one in the second half from Scott Crabb, doing all the damage. John Robertson in particularly good form up front for Hearts, and it'll be Hearts who go through the quarter-final draw tomorrow. The final score at Tynecastle, Hearts 4, Motherwell 0.
John, certainly anything but ideal conditions. How tough was it out there to play in?
To begin with, it wasn't too bad, Jock, but as the game got on, you could see it. The players couldn't run with the ball, they just had to lump it on. But happily for us, we had the game sewn up by then, and we managed to knock the ball about and not do anything daft.
Well, another couple of goals for you. The first one very important, coming so early on. How do you remember that?
Basically, there was a good ball was played through, and Scott Crabb got onto it very quickly. He was running away for goals, and I gave him an early shout, and he backheeled it brilliantly into my path. And I seen there was a big space to keeper's right. I just managed to keep it low and hard, and it went in. And obviously, it was a great start for us.
It appeared to be a feature of the Hearts' performance. There weren't too many chances going or begging, and John Cahoon, of course, picked up that second one. What was your view of that one?
Well, you know, it was one of them. When John gets running like that, we knew he had the legs of John Philliman. He got away for Tom Boyd, who's very quick, and the wee man just kept going and going and going. And he's one of the best in that situation. He got onto the goalkeeper. And that's a position that most people tend to panic, but John's fantastic at that. He's done it before. A wee shimmy around the goalkeeper and just slot it in nice as you like. I mean, I don't think you'll see many better individual goals in that all season, especially in the conditions. And
he then contributed, I think, to your next one, which was a bit special too, was it not?
Yeah, that's right. It was again a great ball played in, and wee John held it up. And he was going to actually lay it off to Dave McCreary, but he knows that Dave McCreary's not used to being in positions like that, and he held it back and laid it off. And I just say it was one of these shots that either go in the net or they go miles past, and say it went flying in. It was obviously great to score such a good strike. I feel a lot better now, obviously, after getting the hernia operation over and done with, and I feel a lot more fitter. I had a lot of work with George McNeil and Bert Logan, and the manager and Monty Borthwick were very patient earlier on this season when they knew I was wanting to get back in the team, but I wasn't quite fit enough. And in retrospect, probably that's been a good bonus for me that they held me back for so long and then let me go on. And as I say, we're building up a good partnership now, and there's 5 forwards fighting for 3 places, so you know it's looking good.
I like 2 games without scoring a goal until this afternoon. What was your reaction to that performance?
Yeah, they've done very well. We had it well finished by half time, but in saying that, you know, we've got a lot of respect for Motherwell, so we had to be very careful.
There was in fact one important save, I think, by Henry Smith early on.
Yeah, that's correct. You know, we've got to give Motherwell their due. They came and they tried, and it was very important for us. We even joking with Henry, he even held it. You know, he done really well. It was a tremendous save for that time, Joe. And even the young boy Crabb, he scored a tremendous goal in the second half as well.
There's Crabb inside, he also has Cahoon, there's Crabb! And that's excellent finishing once again from Hearts and from Scott Crabb in particular.
Now you're in the draw for tomorrow's draw for the quarter-finals. Have you any thoughts about that, any preferences?
Yeah, if we can be at home again, Jock, it seems to be a lucky omen for us. If we can stay here, we'll